Is now a good time to get involved? Is now the time to jump in? How am I going to survive? How am I going to make the money? How do I get through this next season? How do I get through a declining market? What does that look like? How can I gain an edge? The real estate market changed very, very quickly. It went from being the top of all times where things were flying off the shelves at unprecedented prices to all of a sudden people were scared and crickets happened. Prices dropped 20% in nearly 2 months in some areas. People are nervous. People in the real estate world are nervous. People getting into wholesaling and fixing and flipping and buy and hold are asking the question, is now a good time to get involved? Is now the time to jump into this industry, or should I keep going? How am I going to survive? How am I going to make the money? Or maybe you weren't as prepared as you should have been and you're asking yourself, okay, how do I get through this next season? How do I get through a declining market? What does that look like? How can I gain an edge over everybody else? And in this video, at the very end, if you guys stay, I'm going to give you the number one edge that I have learned that I'm starting to employ in my own journey. And that I've seen that brought me from being a new wholesaler up, as well as in my toughest times, what got me through and what has gotten some of the people who've won at the highest levels through. I'm going to share that at the end of this video. Hey guys, my name is Ronald Walker, your host here at Forge to Win. If you found this content valuable, hit the like button for me, hit the subscribe button, attune to this channel and get notifications on this. And I would love to be able to share more content with you because there's a lot of good stuff coming out. Now guys, at the end of this video, I'm going to share one of the number one secrets that I have learned from listening to other people, from all the books that I'm reading, on what people use to get through hard times in their life, as well as hard times in the economy. But before I do, number one is, how do you get an edge in the marketplace? Like, what is the edge when the market is declining? You see, 80% of people, 80% of you guys out there will have a very hard time through what's going on. 20% of you will do okay. You'll get through it. You do well. You have cash in the bank. You've got a good client base and things will go well. And 1% of you are going to do fantastic. But what does that look like, right? What is the edge? What are the things you need? So here are 4 things that you should consider when it's coming to what gives you an edge in uncertain times, in times of a market correction. Heck, even when it's peacetime and things are going well and things are at the top, these things will give you an edge. But when it's wartime, when things are on, when people are fighting for market share, when the economy is going down, here's some things that can give you an edge. Number one is your willpower, your diligence, your ability to handle pain, your ability to handle problems that get thrown your way, the ability to take in the information, switch, unplug, and replug into the new situation. The ability to transition between situations is so powerful and is such a good skill and requires an immense amount of self-control and willpower to handle one crisis into another crisis into another crisis, whether that's personal, whether that's business, whether that's real estate, whether that's on your team or in your family. The ability to be present and focus on that challenge, then unplug and turn and replug into whatever the next challenge is or whatever the next source of your attention is extremely important. And you guys who can be diligent and focused and not let your performance drop, right? Not let you be taken out for 2 days when something bad happens. The people who can stay diligent and operate, maybe not at 100%, maybe not at 90%, maybe they only operate at 70% of their normal capacity, but they don't drop to 20%. They don't drop to 30%, or they don't drop out completely. Those people are going to have an edge in the current market. Number two, the people who are consistent with what they do, that have a system that can get engaged and do it over and over again. Okay. A great way of figuring out a system in order to give you an edge and to create that consistency is to set a number to all the behaviors that you need. Let's say you are in the market and you're normally used to making, let's say 120 calls a day. Figure out a way to take that number and hit that number every single day. Don't let some days go to 40. Hit it every day and be consistent. What are those numbers? What are the calls? What are the conversations? What do the offers look like? What are those numbers that you need to hit and make sure that those KPIs are there and you hit them every day, whether you feel great, whether you feel bad, whether you have the flu, it doesn't matter. If you want to have an edge in the marketplace, you need to figure out that minimum per day. And every single day, you need to show up and be a professional and be consistent. So figure out the KPI, figure out what the number is, and continue to hit that number in all those main areas in your business, whether it's you doing it or your team doing it. That will give you an edge. And here's a bonus tip on that. Increase the level of output and increase that consistency through hard times. And it just buffers. It's that 10x rule that Grant Cardone talks about. Number 3 in giving an edge is having cash. Having cash, it solves all problems. Why? Because cash is like air. Okay? Cut expenses that take your cash. Increase revenue generating activities that increase your cash, and hold more. Right? A lot of people say hold 6 months. Look, I got caught in the trap personally of 6-8 months of cash. And I used to think that was enough. Now I realize with where I'm at and what I've gone through over the last 3 years, that really what we want 24 months of cash. Because 6 months, you're at 3 months. I've done this. You're at 3 months, you're at 2 months worth of cash. I started freaking out. Where if you have 24 months, you can go 6 months and you're still okay. You're still not completely freaking out, wondering what the heck's going to happen. So don't just hold 6 months of cash like the people on Wall Street and invest the rest, right? And then you lose 70% of, that other money and now you're freaking out completely. Instead, hold 24 months of cash. And while you're holding that, feel more comfortable with that breathing room and see how much air and comfort and security you feel so your emotions aren't out of whack. And then number 4, the last thing that can really help is this idea of recreating yourself, okay? Of learning a new skill, of learning the next thing, of coming out of the gate and being a different person. What do you need to add to your character? What do you need to add to your life? What do you need to subtract from your life, or guys, less of or more of, and really shift your perspective in the marketplace? What do you need? Do you need social media? Do you need maybe a different appearance and attire? Do you need to lose weight? Do you need to open up your repertoire of things you talk about? Do you need to jump into current times or become a better small talker? Whatever that is, get a plan, right? If you want to learn how to talk to people better, go out and buy 20 books just on small talk and read those over the next 4 months, right? All of those books at the highest reviews, read them over the next 4 months, and that's going to give you an edge. But remember this, if you're learning and recreating yourself, learning gives us hope that we will be able to solve our problems in the future. So work hard, constantly learn, surround yourself with others, and give yourself an edge in this time. And if you guys want to focus on the things that make you money, which are finding leads and converting those sellers, guys, that's what I'm here to do. I'm here building Forge to Win to show you how to find these houses in these times to give you security. I'm here to show you how to have these conversations and how to give you this edge in a shifting market or in great times, whether it's wartime or peacetime, that you can win. And if you're interested, guys, reach out to us. Go to ronaldwalker.com or hit the link below, because we've got some really cool stuff designed specifically for you. If you're wanting to engage in today's time, if you're wanting to learn how to have the conversations, if you're wanting how to set yourself apart from the competition and you want to win, go to ronaldwalker.com, sign up, get some of the extras, reach out to me directly, and let's figure out how to take you to the next level and survive a market correction. Thanks, guys. Peace. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching this interview and enjoying this content. Please subscribe to the channel. Also, feel free to check out some more of the content that we have here. You can also go to ronaldwalker.com for more in-detailed resources. Have a good one.